Welcome to Leo for Leos. This is a channel featuring intuitive tarot readings for the astrological sign of Leos, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm a Leo as well, so this is why the channel is called Leo for Leos. Cross-watchers and fellow readers are welcome. However, I do want to give you a heads up that I read the cards as I see them and not always the way it's traditionally done. I am using the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, the Centennial Edition, and this will be for the mid-month of February until the very end of the month. The mid-month of February to the end of the month for Leos. What will Leos encounter, and what are the solutions? What will Leos encounter, and what are the solutions? What will they encounter, and what are the solutions? For Leo, February 2021, mid-month, until the very end of the month, from the 15th to the 28th. All right, some cards on the table. Ooh, that flew out. Okay. All right. So we're looking at judgment, which is talking about like analyzing a situation and coming to a conclusion. Yeah, just coming to a conclusion. So something may be either coming to an end, or I'm looking at something that you may be deciding you want to take action on. And then once you decide you want to take action on this, you go like crazy. You like get emails going, you get all your, you get your workload completely filled up, your schedule. I'm seeing you scheduling dates and hitting deadlines and just hustling, really working hard, getting things done fast. This is very fast movement happening all at once. So it's like a decision's made, and it's like an ultimate decision, like ultimately I'm going to sell my car. So you decide, like, you go through all the procedure that's necessary to complete the task. And procedure is a fantastic way to actually describe this, because the lines are kind of going one by one by one by one by one by one. So it's like following the procession of things that happen in sequence. And then there is a period of kind of, I want to say assessing, but also studying. Looking at patterns, looking at behavior, possibly looking into past behavior, looking into like the ways in which you can proceed further with not with caution, but kind of like how you can do things properly. There's an emphasis of doing things right and properly. Especially with the Judgment card there, it's like, all right, things didn't work out the way you had planned. So now you've got to readjust. So this is like the readjustment to something that is happening. Either it's news, like you discover something that has happened, and you decide to make the change. But whatever is happening, you are in the phase of doing and learning. So you're like getting things done, but you're also learning. This entire experience is a teaching lesson for you as well. Something you can pass on to others. Something you can pass on to others. Then we have the sword of truth. I said that there may be some, there may be some kind of truth that shows up, either your truth or somebody else's truth. Something that you didn't know, that now it has come to light. And you're kind of like, oh, I never knew that. And it comes from the whole experience of doing and studying. So I want to know a little bit more about this truth. It's about emotions and handling the emotions. Foundations. And waiting. Okay, let's analyze that real quick. Okay, I like to set it up this way. Okay, so the truth about something coming out, that's very emotional. And whatever it was had so much hope, and maybe you started working on it, and you're not quite finished working with it, or it hasn't matured yet, and you've been waiting for it to actually blossom, and it never has. And something happens inside of you, like realizing like, oh, this is never going to happen, or I need 5 more years. So something about something that you've been working on for a while now, right? It could be 7 years or 4 years. I know it sounds weird, but that's just what's popping into my head. But it's like it started, and there's still some hope for it, but you've been waiting for it for a long time. All right, and now we've come to look at relationships, the lovers, and for some reason I have been getting this weird feeling like Leos are probably gonna meet somebody in February if they're single. That's, I wouldn't say, they just look very interesting to you. Like there's something in your interaction that sparks a little excitement. If you're already in a relationship, it's just you getting closer with the person that you're with, or maybe even realizing something about your relationship. Maybe either it works or it doesn't work. Okay, so that's coming down the pipeline there, but whatever it is, it's leading towards a relationship of some sort happening in 2021. And I don't know if it's like the initial meeting, but I'm feeling like it's an initial meeting and just like a coming together, but it will not be free of its challenges in 2021. And we're not talking about heartbreaking challenges, but like just like being able to do the things that you would probably normally do when you meet someone brand new. you know, it might be a little difficult to imagine having like a long distance relationship, or having a relationship that's not exactly where you're like stuck together like glue right away as soon as you get together, you know. It's not one of those things. It's more like it's actually something where you may actually get to know this person before you get involved, and become really good friends. There's also a possibility of partnerships in business. So I'm really liking this for Leos. And here we have, look, I just pulled that in relation. Walking away from something else. And it could be walking away, two things. Walking away from a relationship that doesn't work, and then there's actually somebody in the waiting in the wings for you to even notice them. But also it could be walking away from a past feeling of a relationship, and opening up yourself to a new relationship. Like the hang-ups about past relationships, you're leaving that behind, and now you're going into a better place where maybe now it is okay for you to have a relationship with someone without bringing the baggage of the old relationship. Like saying goodbye to old habits, old beliefs, that kind of thing. Let's see if we get another guidance card here. And I have the moon. Which is really about, it is about secrets. And I'm getting sharing secrets. I'm getting sharing the secrets. Oh, and I have this, which is, it is either, it's the institution card or it's the marriage card. It's like you guys are willing to make a commitment to each other. So yeah, there's something very interesting happening here with relationships. I usually don't read on relationships because it doesn't come up very often, but this is really pointing towards a relationship. And a lot of this could also be related to relationships where you're like, ooh, I see something else here. Like, because you've made a judgment, you could have made a judgment that you were going to leave the past behind you, of your hang-ups about, like, the way relationships work and their dynamic. And this is you putting in the hard work of trying to change yourself and getting ready for the next relationship. Like, it's like applying the new diet that you want to use, hitting the gym, you know, buying some weights on Amazon, and, you know, working on your skin, you know, like little things that you're feeling like, okay, if I'm going to have someone in my life again, maybe I should act like I want to have somebody in my life. You know, this is not everyone, but for some of you, it's like putting in the work to be ready for relationships. I mean, this could be actually somebody looking at YouTube videos and reading blogs about relationships, and how to have a better relationship. It's like this person really wants to make a change for the better, to better themselves. So I could see this in both work and relationships, which is nice, right? to have those two. And then we go to the Strength card, which is about having the center, being grounded, being strong enough to handle the things that you don't know, right? The things that you may be afraid of. Like, I don't want to involve myself with somebody new because, you know, they could be crazy, and I could be signing up for more drama than I actually want. And it's true, you don't know what you're going to get. But I think I'm also seeing like, hey, if I want to keep meeting the same, I don't want to keep meeting the same guy. I don't want to keep meeting the same girl who is completely and totally X, Y, and Z. Like, I want to start meeting the opposite. People who are kind and nice, and people who are courteous, and I want to meet somebody. So you're like manifesting this too. There's a lot of manifesting here. You've been manifesting this person for a long time. Ooh, I got passion here for you. There's something that is getting Leo's blood activated. It's activating you. You're like really excited about the possibility of being in love, and I think that's really cool and different. This is very different from any of the other readings that I've had in the last, I don't know, 3 years. I got this, which is really about happy family. Like, you think like this person could be it. Like, they could be it. They could be it. I almost don't want to pull another card. Oh my God. That is so good. And look, I have this, which is like you're going to have to work on it. You're going to have to work on relationships if you want them to work. You're going to have to work on relationships. You're going to have to learn about psychology. You're going to have to learn about relationship dynamics. You're going to have to do research, right? You're going to have to do research. You're going to have to, like when this person tells you, hey, well, you know, I was abused as a child, you're going to have to look into how to deal with and how to talk to and how to respond to somebody who's been traumatized as a child. Like, you're going to have to do that kind of research. And it's probably the kind of research people normally don't do when they get into relationships. They don't like figure out like, okay, these are some things I probably cannot say to this person without them being horribly offended, and I don't want to be in a relationship where I offend the person I love on a daily basis, right? So there's a conscious working of it. Leo, we're in a time period right now where it's important for us to know this stuff, and for, you know, the single Leos out there, like, who are tired of having relationships fail. Like, this is important. Like, this is so important. So I hope you do get the chance to, like, I'm, you know, as a Leo myself, I would love this to happen because it's, you know, I've been single for like 12 years. A little, you know, to a little personal information. And it's like, I'm totally cool with being, you know, single at this point. But having a relationship that could actually work, that's not a dumpster fire, would be great. So, yeah, I think something is opening up for a lot of Leos out there. And if you really want a relationship, like you really are serious about wanting a relationship that works, and having sort of a happy family environment, and having an environment of people around you that care about you, even if it's not necessarily romantic, you're going to have to get more in tune with the humanity of common communication. So I would urge all the Leos here. I'm getting that very strongly from my guides, that that is a very powerful thing that Leos should be doing at this point. Okay, love you guys. Thank you so very much for watching, supporting, and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so for Leo Intuitive Tarot readings. Be sure to hit the bell icon to be the very first to know when my next video gets posted. Many blessings to you, my awesome Leos! And remember, this channel is for you and you alone.